Good evening. Thank you guys for joining me. This is your boy Marcus Bennett of MB Coaching, also known as MB the Coach. I wanted to come on real quickly and talk about something that is very simple, yet is so powerful and so essential, for your financial stability. Yep, it's that B word, budgeting, right? We want to talk about budgeting tonight. I think that a budget is really your primary, your go-to, and I will share this whenever I'm speaking with a couple or I'm speaking with someone, I'm in coaching. The first thing I'm going to talk to you about, and the first thing we're going to establish a budget, right? A budget isn't about restriction, so let me clear that air right now. Let me debunk that myth. A budget is about direction, right? It's a plan for your money that puts you back into control. And let's face it, when your money is out of control, you're out of control, right? Your decisions is off. We talked about this before. You want to be in a place where you're making sound financial decisions, and your budget is something that helps you get there. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about is the benefit of the budget. The budget will tell you the direction your money is going. I think I said this before. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will show you where it went. Most of us don't have a money problem. We have a budgeting problem, right? And so the first step in any strong budget is awareness. You have to understand where your money is going. So what I would love for you to do, and you don't have to do anything special, nothing extravagant. Write down, right, what's coming in, your income, all your sources of income. And then you begin to write down and track all of where your money is going, your spending. There's something powerful in seeing it written that, it just helps you visualize, and help you, one, to find out where the extra spending is, right? Because at the end of the month, what you would love to do is have more coming in than what's going out, right? So we want to have a surplus at the end of the month. And from that surplus is how you'll begin to decide what are my goals? What am I tackling? Right? What's the budget? What's the purpose of me budgeting? Some people will have a goal of saving money, right? Some people may have a goal to pay off debt. Some people may have a budget to creating an emergency fund. That's one of the 7 baby steps to financial freedom, establishing an emergency fund. What about if you're preparing to make a big purchase, right? What if you want to go buy a car? You and your spouse are looking to buy a home. This is all going to help you. So, what about just reducing financial stress, right? Your budget tells you, I know I got this going in, coming in. I know I got this going out. And this is what my surplus is. From my surplus, I'm going to attack those goals that I want to do. It doesn't have to be fancy. I know there's a number of budgeting techniques, and we can certainly talk about those more on a one on one basis of creating an effective budget. But again, I want you to remember a budget has to have realistic goals. You have to have that. When your budget becomes clear, it becomes more of a tool, right, and not a chore. And a lot of people be like, I don't want to do a budget. It's restricting me. I can't spend the way I want to spend. I actually would argue the opposite. When you have a budget, you can see exactly where your money is going, and it gives you more intentionality of where that money should go, right? Because you've already said, I have a goal with the money, right? And your budget should be your tool to help you obtain that goal. And so, building a simple budget is important, and you have to create one that's sustainable. We understand, life, right? Things get in your way, things happen, emergencies think come about. You have to begin to understand this budget is a living, breathing document, right? It may change, and that's okay. If it doesn't change, then that's a problem. But it should always change, right? You want to always kind of say, hey, I have right now 50% going towards my needs, 30% going towards my wants, 20% going towards savings and paying off debt. But remember, that is a guideline, not a rule. right? It's okay to break it sometimes to make adjustments, right? You have to be able to make adjustments to fit your lifestyle, your income, and your goals. No budget is the same. I've shared that with many people I've sat with. What works for my household doesn't work for your household, right? My budget's a little different because my lifestyle is different. My income is different. Everyone has different, variations to the budget that are important. And so I think that you always want to make sure that you keep that in mind. It really is okay, to have some variances. But another tip that I would recommend is automate what you can. All right. At the end of the month, based upon my budget, I should have 200, 300, $400 or $500 available that I can transfer to my savings account, or I can transfer $50 to $75 to my emergency fund. Or I can go ahead and set that up with my bank account. Listen, I'm from the old school. I grew up in days where we used to balance checkbooks. Okay, I don't know. I don't think anybody balance checkbooks anymore. But that's the time that those were the times I grew up. We wrote down, this is my income, and then I got this item, that item, that item, that item, and I subtracted what that balance is. Right? That's some old school accounting for us. But that's the way that a budget basically should work. You should know, those things that are coming out of your account, right? And you should be able to tell your money where those things should go, as opposed to reconciling your account statement at the end of the month and like, man, I spent $450 on out eating out, right? Can I reduce that to $200 and I just save myself $250, right? Those are just hyper exaggerated numbers, but the budget reveals where your money is going, and I think it's absolutely necessary for you to have one that's realistic, one that you can review and adjust as needed, right? Sometimes this month may be a little different. What if I got a bonus, in February? Right? That's going to adjust things a little bit, quite a bit, so I can begin to account for things a little bit differently. What if there was some emergency situation, medical bill, doctor bill, what have you, that threw your budget off? But these are the things that you prepare for, right? That's why you have that emergency fund. So I cannot stress to you, how important a budget simply is. And so I remember just recently having a conversation with a friend of mine. I wanted to go to the Chicago Bulls game, when they was retiring Derrick Rose night. And I was just like, man, I knew someone who was going. And I was just like, man, if you know anyone who's selling some tickets, let me know. What's the first question he asked? What's your budget? Right? I need to know how much you are planning to spend, or how much you're comfortable spending for this particular event. And so, I really encourage everyone. And again, my first step, we're going to talk about on our one on one meeting, budgeting, right? You have to begin to think of it not as a limitation on your life, but simply a tool that you can use in order to achieve your goals that you have set, right? Those goals, financial freedom, right? Those are things that we all are striving towards. How do you begin to do that, right? I want to buy a home. How do you do that? Right? You just can't roll the dice and bam, I'm ready to buy a home. You have to plan for it. You have to budget for it. It's about expanding possibilities and not limiting that. And so I will challenge everyone for the next couple months. We're in February. Next couple months, go ahead and begin to create a household budget. Right? That will track every dollar that leaves your account. Everyone has online banking, right? You can just go on your account, find out, okay, how much came out, blah, 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 do some quick math. This is how much I'm working with today. This is how much I got coming out this week. This is how much till my next pay period comes. Ultimately, we want to get to a point where we're going to break that check to check cycle. All right. Your budget is the tool that's going to help you. So, thank you. I appreciate you guys for listening. Please, if this is something that you need some assistance with, reach out. My information is right in the comments area here. Um, let's create some budgets. Let's begin to create this tool that will help you to help us achieve our goals quicker, faster, and a more measurable, realistic way. And so, again, reach out to me if you need some help starting that. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon.